I hurt myself today.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the songs that were created in the face of an artist's impending death. Number 10. Last Donut of the Night, Jay Dilla. While most would choose to say goodbye with lyrics, renowned producer Jay Dilla did so through production alone. After experiencing difficulties with lupus and thrombotic thrombocytopenic purpura, he was eventually hospitalized.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
Knowing the end was near, he worked on his last album from his medical ward. Last Donut of the Night is the penultimate track, serving as the emotional climax.
I give to you.
While there are no words, he conveyed his thoughts on mortality through complex beats and melodies. It sparked discussion within his fandom, with some even finding symbolism pertaining to death in the official fan-made video. It was a fitting conclusion to his respected career, one that ensured he won't be forgotten anytime soon. Number 9. I'm Not Gonna Miss You, Glenn Campbell. You may think that most songs about one's end would be bleak and gloomy, but some have a wildly different tone. Glenn Campbell was a beloved figure, and his final contribution cemented his legacy.
You're the last person I will love.
After learning he had Alzheimer's disease, he knew that the clock was ticking. This led to him recording one more tune, I'm Not Gonna Miss You. The message is irreverent and blunt, referencing his illness and the memories it took from him.
All the things I say or do.
His outlook was realistic, even stating that while people would be sad, he wouldn't be able to care due to his disorder. The dark humor was the perfect way of approaching the unfortunate situation, closing out his life and vocation with acclaim.
I'm not gonna miss you.
Number 8. Don't Worry About Me, Joey Ramone. Even if a piece isn't necessarily about the creator's impending fate, some can be recontextualized to have that meaning post-death. Joey Ramone, the lead singer of the eponymous band The Ramones, had only just started his solo venture when complications with lymphoma began to arise.
I want you, baby, but you always lie.
He kept the diagnosis secret until just before he died, shocking people across the nation. This led them to look at his posthumous debut in a new light, particularly the titular track, Don't Worry About Me.
I gotta get away.
While it could have been interpreted to be about a failing relationship, some read between the lines and saw it as his farewell to his supporters. The result was haunting, making listeners wonder what could have been had he had more time.
Don't worry about her. Don't worry about me.
Number 7. When the Sky Comes Looking for You, Motorhead. Sometimes the inclusion of despondent themes can seem purely coincidental, but end up carrying new weight after a tragedy. Motorhead, and more specifically its frontman Lemmy, were widely beloved in the rock scene. Their last project was created and published just before Lemmy died in 2015, with none of the members even being aware that their time with their bandmate was coming to a close. His passing gave new meaning to When the Sky Comes Looking for You. The deceptively upbeat number wasn't about Lemmy in particular, but the lines questioning what would one do when faced with their own undoing were suddenly much more pertinent than they originally had been. The newly derived meaning helped provide some closure for his grieving fan base. Number 6. Keep Me in Your Heart, Warren Zevon. For some musicians, an unwelcome medical discovery is all the motivation they need to get their parting words out. Warren Zevon was an accomplished singer who recorded his endmost work after learning he had an inoperable form of mesothelioma.
If I leave you, it doesn't mean I love you any less.
The saxophone-backed Please Stay was his plea for his family to support him as he fearfully faced oblivion.
Will you stay with me till the end?
Things became even clearer once Keep Me in Your Heart began.
Sometimes when you're doing simple things around the house, maybe you'll think of me and smile.
It's even more somber, this time asking people to think of him as they continued living, even during simpler moments. It celebrated the little things that made living great, while acknowledging he wouldn't be able to enjoy them much longer.
It was the last thing he ever created, bidding adieu to those who loved him.
Keep me in your heart for a while.
Number 5. Stuck Inside a Cloud, George Harrison. Whether with the Beatles or on his own, his dedication to his art was unparalleled. In the early aughts, it was revealed that George Harrison's cancer had returned. This caused him to dedicate his remaining energy to Brainwashed, his first full-length solo output since 1987.
Only I can hear I'm stuck inside a cloud.
His escalating sickness led to him teaming up with his son to finally finish it. While Stuck Inside a Cloud doesn't mention his ailment, it does allude to his own contemplations about his existence.
I lost my will to eat.
Some lyrics even point to him potentially losing sleep and not eating due to his thoughts, which could be construed to be about his prognosis. Although the meaning isn't certain, it ended up being a touching way to end his career. Number 4. You Want It Darker, Leonard Cohen. He's one of the poster children of melancholic music, making it no surprise when his conclusive composition referenced his own demise.
It was released just before he fell and passed away in his home, after several months of physical deterioration.
Burning for the help that never came. You want it darker.
His declining health encouraged him to finish his final record. Some tunes, like Leaving the Table, acknowledged his condition and the feelings that came with accepting death.
There's no one left to blame. I'm leaving the table.
The true piece de resistance was the opener, You Want It Darker, where he references his religious roots by questioning God. It's particularly accusatory, with Cohen interrogating the deity while admitting he was ready to join it. It closed out his body of work perfectly, committing to the gloomy lyricism that defined him.
If thine is the glory, mine must be the shame. You want it darker.
Number 3. Mother Love, Queen. Freddie Mercury defined the word icon. Known for his extraordinary voice, Mercury helped lead Queen to its great heights. After contracting HIV, he knew that his time would run out, motivating him to take to the studio. His work included anthems that showcased his unwavering dedication, such as The Show Must Go On. Others, like These Are the Days of Our Lives, recalled simpler moments that were lost to time.
These are all gone now, but some things remain.
The most gut-wrenching was Mother Love, which he never got to finish.
All I want is the comfort and care.
Besides the lyrics longing for peace and references to the pain he was experiencing, the instrumentals include bits of every piece they made, creating a heartbreaking tribute to one of music's most beloved performers.
As the sun goes down, I'm coming home to my sweet.
Number 2. Hurt, Johnny Cash. Although he didn't write it himself, Johnny Cash gave the song an entirely new meaning. After a long, successful career, Johnny Cash saw the end approaching.
I hurt myself today.
After a litany of issues with his well-being, the writing was on the wall, resulting in his decision to cover Nine Inch Nails' Hurt. He took the already bleak premise and transformed it into a tortured self-reflection of a man looking back on his complicated life and the choices he made.
What have I become? My sweetest friend.
The accompanying video added to the vision, showing Cash surrounded by things in different phases of deterioration. Using his wife's memory as inspiration, he was able to take his remaining days and use them to create one of the most respected covers in the modern era.
I will make you hurt.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Lazarus, David Bowie. Having the chance to say goodbye is a privilege that not all artists get to enjoy. David Bowie seemed to know that, and therefore constructed a song that put both his creativity and emotional intelligence on display.
I'm in danger. I've got nothing left to lose.
After being diagnosed with liver cancer, he kept the news under wraps while quietly working on his last release. The crowning achievement of his final days was Lazarus, the last single he ever created.
You know I'll be free.
It's a direct reference to his own expiration, while also serving as a personal elegy. With it, Bowie forced the world to reckon with the fact that it would soon be losing a star. And while it softened the blow, people still weren't prepared for his demise less than a month afterwards.
Ain't that just like me?
Which of these songs' deeper meanings resonated with you the most? Let us know in the comments below.
Not gonna miss you.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.